This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the 7 a.m. Barbados Today update for Tuesday, March the 4th, 2014. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Good morning. Industrial action planned for today at the Transport Board has been called off. This after a just over 2-hour meeting at government headquarters last night, chaired by Prime Minister Frandil Stewart, that also included Transport Minister Michael Lashley and a team from the Barbados Workers' Union led by General Secretary Sir Roy Trotman. Speaking following the talks, Sir Roy said protest action over layoffs at the statutory board have been put on hold, pending follow-up discussions scheduled for next week. He said while the BWU was able to put its position on the table, there are still many issues to be thrashed out. Sir Roy estimates that more than 100 workers may have gotten retrenchment letters yesterday, but he says that may be reviewed.
Even among those who have got letters, there is the possibility for us to be reviewing some of those letters with a view to ensuring that the process that was agreed to in 1991, 92, the process which was agreed to within the social partnership protocol, and the process which is clearly set out in the law, that those processes ought to be followed.
A call for the private sector to take up the slack of public sector layoffs. It comes from former Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Lester Bird, who also suggests that other regional governments will have to follow Barbados' lead in retrenching workers. Bird says the private sector across the region is not yet fulfilling its role of providing absorptive capacity, and he suggests removing or lowering taxes to help deal with the issue.
From our point of view in Antigua, we believe that the government should cut back on the taxes and allow a lot more of the money to go into the community, which will then, you will have a trickle-down effect, and they will intend, in fact, in Antigua's case, they will spend at least $30–40 million into the economy. And at that stage, I expect that the private sector should begin to show that they are patriotic and that they will, in fact, employ more people.
Lack of proper data has caused Barbados to miss 3 deadlines to submit reports to the United Nations. Director of the Bureau of Gender Affairs, Patricia Hackett-Codrington, says the documents relating to the Convention on the Elimination of All Discrimination Against Women were due between 2004 and 2012, but will now be handed over to government in 2 weeks' time. She says there is a general problem with data collection in the country.
If you want to know how many people are diabetic and you want to know how many are female, not specifically, but this is just an example. How many are male, how many are female, how many are under the age of 40, how many are you may have a difficulty in that kind of disaggregation of data so that you can really write a report saying, well, we need to work in this area, but this is happening in that area. So you need to get people on board.
Once government approves the report, it will be presented to a United Nations committee later this year.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
In the region, a Jamaican pastor is spending the next few days behind bars on sexual assault charges. The 36-year-old, who is considered a flight risk, was remanded after he appeared in court yesterday. Pastor Daniel Finlay has been charged with 3 counts of sexual assault and 1 count of grievous sexual assault on a 16-year-old girl. The clergyman was arrested on the weekend after turning himself into lawmen who would list him as a wanted man. Internationally now, the 5th major snowstorm in 9 weeks is wreaking havoc across the United States East Coast. Schools were closed and more than 2,000 flights cancelled, mostly in New York and Washington, D.C. Forecasters say as much as a foot of snow is expected in some areas. That's been the 7 a.m. update. Join us again at noon. Until then, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Stay tuned. The Business Minute is up next.
The Business Minute is brought to you by Signia Financial Group.
To my people out there working hard to expand your horizons, chasing a flawless dream. Keep your eyes on the prize and we don't look back. It's forward thinking, on to the new stuff. It's time to lay bricks on the foundation of your future.
Get set with Signia to be sure the world will be yours. Take you to exceptional, incredible new heights. And get set with Signia.
Signia, quality solutions for your financial needs.
This is the Barbados Today Business Minute for Tuesday, March 4th, 2014. I'm Vic Fernandes. The Intimate Hotels of Barbados is making a push into the area of sports tourism in order to attract more visitors to these shores. Chairperson of the group, Renee Coppin, says over the past year, the association has been meeting with various sporting bodies to put plans in place for the upcoming summer period. She says some avenues have not been explored enough in the past, but going forward, that's definitely a niche the group of over 50 small hotels will be focusing on. After 5 months of being on the market, officials are happy with the sales of the rum caramel chocolate produced by Agape Chocolate Factory. Mount Gay Distilleries Limited and Agape formed a partnership last September to produce the new chocolate bar that is expected to compete globally. Although he could not give figures, Managing Director of Mount Gay, Rafael Grisoni, says sales have exceeded expectations. And President of the Barbados Association of Office Professionals is on a mission. Alicia Graham says her focus this year is to help the association's approximately 90 members to upgrade their skills and improve their knowledge in areas relevant to their jobs. She says that's particularly important during a recession.
We are experiencing still a world recession. So it is time for us not only to be grappling and to be a little flustered about our finances, but it is a time to retool, to make ourselves better, because the recession has to end sometime.
And now for today's financial tip. Before you seek a loan to make a purchase or pay an important bill that is past due, it's best to call creditors to work out a payment plan. That's been the Barbados Today Business Minute. Join us again on Thursday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Vic Fernandes.
To my people out there working hard to expand your horizons, chasing a flawless dream. Keep your eyes on the prize and we don't look back. It's forward thinking, on to the new stuff. It's time to lay bricks on the foundation of your future.
Get set with Signia to be sure the world will be yours. Take you to exceptional, incredible new heights. And get set with Signia.
Signia, quality solutions for your financial needs.